Hey guys, what's going on? It's Culprit here again today, and I'm going to bring you a long video, it looks like, and it'll be my reaction to the DLC announcements. Some of you are going to ask me why didn't this come yesterday and whatnot. Well, the announcement dropped around 9 a.m. yesterday, and I saw it right away, and to say I was disappointed is an understatement. To say I was livid is probably more accurate. To say I was butthurt, whatever your choice of words. I tried to show a little discretion, a little maturity, and I told myself I had to wait 24 hours to calm down before I did a video, because I'm not ready to show you guys my lunatic side, even though some of my friends encouraged me to do so. First, let me say this game is TDM, SEN Crossing. It's 500 tickets, 32 man. First, I almost backed right out of the lobby because I wasn't interested, but actually, I played this lobby like 5 or 6 matches in a row, and it was a lot of fun. You'll see me mess around with weapons a lot. Right here, I'm using UMP. I was trying to level up my recon a little bit. I'm trying to get the MAV. I barely ever play recon, so I struggle with that a little bit. Then I moved to the AN-94. I was trying really hard to get the red dot or the Cobra sight for that because I'm still trying to do the burst fire thing, and a lot of people have mentioned that I should try the AN-94 because of its unique burst fire. So going any form of positive on this type of a map with a semi-automatic rifle with really terrible iron sights, I was pretty proud of that. It's no beast score or anything, but I was pretty proud of what I did. And I thought it had enough action, and it was about the right length for what I wanted to talk about today. The real meat of what I want to talk about is the DLC announcement yesterday that DICE made. I'm sure most of you kind of know the basics of it now. They announced 3 DLC packs to be 3 months after each other, starting in June. The first one is going to be Close Quarters. The second one is going to be Armored Kill. And the last one is going to be Endgame. Like I said, the first one will drop in June. That is 8 months from release. 8 months. Now, some of you are going to say Karkand. Karkand doesn't count, guys. Karkand A was developed side by side with the final game, okay? I almost guarantee you Karkand was ready at release of the game. They just held off to have something new to drop around Christmas. 2, Karkand was just a remastering of old maps, okay? There's no innovation here. There's nothing new here, guys. Now, with that said, I love Karkand. It's probably, as a block, my favorite group of maps. And it was a great job. But they don't really get... You can't call that a real DLC, okay? This is their first real DLC, and I'm a lot worried, frankly. They're changing the game. They're making Close Quarters... I mean, if you've seen the video, I've seen the video. There's a little video on YouTube. Just look it up. It's probably everywhere by now. It looks like Call of Duty, Black Ops, or it looks like Counter-Strike. It reminds me a lot of. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised to find out they copied a Counter-Strike, the pool map, from way back in the day. It's very small. They're limiting the maps to 2 to 16 players, which has never been done in Battlefield before. I just worry, and they're saying there's multiple levels, and if you look at it, it is a shoebox, guys. You know, when they say Close Quarters, I immediately thought Grand Bazaar, Metro, these type of maps. I don't have a problem with that. Those are some of my favorite maps. And if my favorite map is probably Grand Bazaar. A lot of people have problems with it. I don't. I'm able to flank on that because I flank before you have to. And that's kind of the trick of Grand Bazaar. Metro is good for what it is, but it can be super frustrating, but it can be a lot of fun as well. These are not Grand Bazaar. These are not Metros. These are one building in Grand Bazaar. They're really small, guys. I just don't get it. You know, if I want to play Call of Duty, I'll go play Call of Duty. I want Battlefield. I want balance. I mean, have they given up on just making balance maps? Because they're making the Close Quarter map, and then they're going to the Armored Kill map, which is supposed to be tanks, basically. And they're advertising the biggest map ever made. Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to skip that one unless I'm incredibly bored with this game by then. Because, I mean, I like Caspian Border. It's a beautiful map and all, but it's just terrible to play on. As an infantry guy, I'm a ground pounder. I don't really do vehicles or air. This is their aggressive DLC support. 8 months after release, 3 months after that, 3 months after that. So their first DLC will drop in June. What? It makes no sense to me. Are you kidding me? So in the middle of summertime, you're going to drop your first DLC that is something that Battlefield traditionals don't want. What are you thinking? It's EA, and they're going for a grab of the market share from COD, obviously. And I guarantee you they looked at their analytics, and they looked at the most popular maps, which the other day, the most popular map was announced. It was Operation Metro, which everybody, if you're surprised by that, you're crazy, because it's the map everybody knows. It's the meat grinder, the 24/7s, you know. So I'm sure 3 of the 4 top maps were, you know, Bazaar, maybe, Metro, these guys. So they said, oh, we got to make more like that. Well, they took it even further. You know, and the one that really gets me is, you know, the Armored Kill in the fall. That's tanks and whatever. At least that's somewhat traditional to VFX. I don't have a problem with that. It's not really my style, but I'm okay with that. I understand I play differently than most Battlefield people. And maybe by then I'll be into vehicles. Who knows? But anyway, that's going to be in the fall. Endgame, the endgame, quote unquote, is in the winter. Obviously, they're going to count on this endgame DLC to go against, the real new games, the new COD, the new, whatever games are going to be coming out October, November next year. This endgame is going to be their competition because there will be no new Battlefield, obviously. There's probably going to be a Medal of Honor, but there will be no new Battlefield rendition. They're keeping everything tight-lipped on the end game. It's super, super secret. And, it's ridiculous to me. I mean, you're telling me it's secret. When I was, 10, 11, 12 years old, I used to tell the fellas, hey, I got this secret girlfriend, but she lives outstate. I met her at camp. Well, guess what, guys? She didn't exist. All right? And this DLC doesn't exist. They don't have a clue what they're doing with this DLC. They're just calling it secrets because they don't have any details. They don't know what they're doing. They knew that releasing a non-traditional Battlefield DLC, i.e. the close quarters, on its own, 8 months after release, was not enough, and people were going to rage. So they tossed in 2 nice, shiny DLC announcements along with it, just to distract you. Like, ooh, hey, look at this, super secret. Yeah, sure. You don't know what you're doing, okay? Who the hell knows if this game's even going to be alive next winter? I hope it is. I love this game. But the way they're going, this game is dying quickly in the last month, folks. People are sick of the Mav Wars. They're sick of the Frag Wars. They're sick of all the crap that should have been fixed so many months ago. PS3 is still broken. It's never worked, okay? They still haven't even fixed this stuff, and there's still no date on the patch. Can you believe this? The close quarters is a COD clone. You're going for these kids, and I get it, and you're going for them, but you're alienating your base and core fan base. What good is it going to do when you split the Call of Duty market, but all of us original Battlefield fans are on some other game? It's gonna net zero, It's just ridiculous. I just don't understand. And then, like I said, as I dug deeper into the close quarters expansion, I'm a close quarters guy. I was actually kind of excited about that theme. But 2 to 16 players in a hotel, it's friggin' Call of Duty, guys. How is Russian Conquest going to play in one building? Is it just TDM? The only way you can pull this off is if you introduce some new map modes, maybe King of the Hill. What's the one in Counter-Strike? That where you got to stop the terrorists from doing the bombs, or you got to kill the entire team. You got to do that. You have to do that. Now that's even just a little background. That's not even what I'm most angry about, guys. What I'm most angry about is these pompous little DICE devs that sit there and they tweet out all last week. Next week's gonna be super rewarding. Oh, it feels good to announce good things and super excited. We think you will be too. They actually think this is good news. They think this is like, we are just gonna go crazy. Well, we're gonna go crazy and we're gonna rage. I mean, I don't think, and I haven't checked forums or Twitter too much today, I don't think I'm in the minority here in saying this is a disaster. This is a total fail. All they've done is tweeted about playtesting DLC and having good playtests and all this. Well, why the hell does it take 3 more months, guys? You're not designing a new game here. You're designing, what, for 3 or 4 maps? And did they say 10 weapons or under 10 weapons? What the hell? Weapons are templates. You put in variables, you balance it. Maps? I mean, balancing takes the most. The problem is they're basically making almost a new game type with the 2 to 16 close quarters. But it shouldn't take you 8 months to design a map pack. And they're playtesting it now. So you told me it's going to take another 3 months to balance? It's ridiculous. I'll tell you what it is. It's EA, okay? The summertime is their slow sales, their slow revenue. Why? Duh. Because people are outside doing other things, they're not sitting in front of a computer in June, So they're saying, yo, this is a slow time. We need a hook. We need something to boost revenue. Hold off until then. Well, DICE is a slave to EA, and they have no real choice, so that's what they have to do. I just don't get it. And on top of all this, and this is my biggest fear, there's still 0 word on the patch. Okay? This gigantic patch that they keep throwing us bones, and even they're saying more is even involved in this. There's no word on that. And now Zinto, the community manager, completely useless community manager, who has been wrong more than he's been right, has tweeted twice now. I've seen that the patch will come, quote unquote, the patch will come before the DLC. Well, that sounds great, but I wouldn't put it past this, guys, to release that 24 hours before the goddamn DLC. All right? Can we get some details? Your game is broke. When are you going to fix it? Enough is enough, It's obvious they rushed this game to compete with Modern Warfare 3, and they haven't done a damn thing to fix it. You know, if you're going to rush a game out, all right, I'll play a beta. I'll pay for a beta as long as it's as good as Battlefield 3 was. It's a great beta. It's a terrible release. Fix the goddamn game, all right? There's just core components that are broken. I'm not talking even about noob tubes, RPGs, even Fragrant, things like that, but there's input lag. The controls don't work. Up until a little while ago, voice ops didn't work. How do you release a shooter that the controls and the voice ops don't work? It's ridiculous. Another little concern, and this is, I might be stepping out of my bounds here. I don't know much about it. Apparently in Europe, Sweden in particular, I believe that's where DICE is, they go on vacation in the summer. It's a cultural thing from June, July, August. And it's great. I wish we did that. That's my busiest time, so you could say I take a vacation for gaming because I don't have much time. So I'm assuming, I mean, if you're in this type of business, maybe you can't do this, but I'm worried about this. You're going to launch a huge patch, and then the first DLC that is a game changer in your whole genre of gaming that you're used to, and then you're going to have a skeleton crew around the development office. I hope this isn't so, but I gotta mention it because it's out there. You know, somebody mentioned it to me, and it scared the crap out of me, frankly. Where's the innovation? I mean, Frostbite 2 is beautiful. It's a monster. It's their greatest accomplishment. But they haven't done anything with it. All we heard about was like total destruction, everything in destructible environments. But we all know at launch, stuff barely broke. All right, they've turned it up since Karkand, they bumped it up. But they haven't innovated with this, you know? I don't understand it. They remastered already done maps. The so-so original ones that came in Battlefield 3, they're not that great. Let's be honest. Now, you know, close quarters in a high-rise motel or hotel. Geez, haven't seen that before. You know, then I'll tell you right now, they're saying it's going to be the biggest Battlefield map ever. Well, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 50 square acres of farm field with 3 flags nestled in the middle of it. Yawn. I haven't seen that before. You know, you want to do something like Harvest Day where it's a lot of open stuff but then little villages? Okay, let's go for it. Don't do, I guess, what is it, Firestorm maybe would be a good example where it's a huge map and you can fly all over, drive all over if you want, but you ain't going to see a goddamn soul for 10 minutes because the flags are still within 100 yards of each other. It's crazy. Innovate, guys. Come on. What have they innovated? What have they introduced new? Let's just look at this. Frag rounds. Yeah, that was a win. Mortars, yep, there's no, you know, that adds so much to the game. You know, they don't have a good track record right now. DICE used to be one of my favorite developers. They are failing in my eyes right now. They need to step up. But the problem is I think they've really moved all the real innovative people off the project. I think that's the problem. These guys are just trying to, you know, keep a ship on the same course. There's no innovation there anymore. And maybe these guys will grow into their roles, and that's what I hope. But that's my fear. DICE has now said they've chosen to go with fewer but larger updates, okay? They're on record for that. When will devs learn that we want more frequent, smaller DLC and patches, okay? When you drop this big mega dump of a patch on us, it takes us 3 weeks to figure it out. It takes us probably another 2 or 3 to figure out what you did wrong. So the game's, it's like a new game. Don't give me a new game, okay? Just make the one you put out better. Give me... The first developer that puts out monthly DLC and patches is going to dominate this market. Because, listen, have a running tally, have it on a website saying, all right, the February 1st patch will include this. And as you fix things, you put it to that list. If this thing isn't fixed, it doesn't go on the list. And we know that. We can check this website whenever we want. Oh, something got added there today. That's sweet. They're going to fix that in the very next patch, which is 2 weeks away. Full transparency, we know what's going on. If it's not on there, it ain't getting fixed yet. Okay, and you can even do something like a Reddit style thing where you post bugs and you allow the community to go in there and they upvote the ones that bother them the most. So now you're gonna have something with 1 million votes versus something with 1,000 votes. Well, you fix the one with 1 million first. You know, it just seems straightforward to me. I know it's not as simple as I make it because I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about in developing, but just let's do something different. The first developer that does monthly patches, even, you know, 1 month might be a tiny patch. It might have 2 fixes. That's all you fixed. Okay. But we know how it works. We know what the work rate is. We know how it's formatted. We feel like we're part of it. You know, right now we feel like we're just getting pissed on, frankly. It's driving me crazy. It's just they're releasing it in the summer. It's just whose brilliant idea is this? I mean, who? It's got to be the suits at EA. It has to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not 13 years old and I don't get a summer vacation that I'm all butthurt about this and I'm upset. It's just, you guys are embarrassing yourselves. All you did was talk about aggressive DLC support and patches and this, and at the same time, out of the other side of your mouth, you made fun of Call of Duty about their lack of support and about their just totally not caring about the fans. Well, guess what, boys? You're getting out-supported by Infinity Ward. You're getting killed. By the time you do your first DLC, they're gonna have a lot out, probably 10 more maps, or, and they're abysmal. They're doing a terrible job, but they're still beating you guys. You guys are way worse than Call of Duty and Infinity Ward right now. And what it comes down to with DICE, and a lot of people tell me I have a feeling DICE, and I've said this too, DICE's hands are tied and whatnot, and like I said, I think that too. Problem is, it's their responsibility, it's their game, so that's where my vitriol goes to. You either outright lied to us leading up to release, or you have failed miserably in what you set out to do. It's one of the two. You have not aggressively supported with DLC. You have not supported adequately with patches. You have not communicated with the community to any acceptable level. These are all things you promised us. These are all things you have not done. So either you lied to us, or you have miserably failed in what you set out to do. It's one of the two. I don't know which one I hope it is, frankly. I almost hope they lied to us because it shows they're competent enough to fix it. I don't know, I'm going to end it by saying, like I said, I am a close quarters guy. I like gun on gun. You hear me rant about it all the time in my other videos. I like the idea of the DLC. Let's, change it up. I just don't think they should have been the first one out of the chute 8 months later. They should have honestly done the tank one first. Even though it's not my cup of tea, that's what the core Battlefield fan seems to want. Throw them a bone. It doesn't, you might say you want what I want. I want what I want. I want gunfights. But if there's nobody on the servers, it really doesn't matter. So I want people to be playing this game. I will adapt. I will find what I like wherever. This close quarters, I'm telling you right now, is going to either work or it's going to kill this game. If they fail with this close quarters patch, this game's dead. People are going to be gone. There's all confidence is going to be gone in DICE, and the core Battlefielders that have been with this franchise for years are going to jump ship in droves if they even make it to June. I'm hoping that there's such a reaction in the community that they push this up, but I don't know. My best hope right now is that they get this patch out. Okay, if they hold this patch until June, this game will be dead. They need to get this patch out in the next 2-3 weeks, folks. This game, just check the servers. You're not a retard like I do. I check the stats. People are leaving this game in droves right now. Look at the servers. Look at how many empty servers there are. This is more of a PC thing, I guess, but it's not like it was just a month ago. And a lot of people are exactly like me. They were Battlefield DICE fanboys, and in the last month, they have been turned to really feel let down, really feel betrayed, and they've got to do something. So get this patch out. Get it out. This patch will change the game enough. It will be almost like a new DLC, frankly. We saying playing the same maps we're sick of, but at least we knew things to figure out. That'll appease us out. That should chew up at least a month of freshness, and then we're a little closer to June, and maybe we can all make it to there, and they'll actually deliver, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll all be laughing about it this summer. I don't know, guys. There will be another video. I'm gonna do one that's more straight video that will analyze everything without being as much of a baby as I'm being. But I did want to get this out, and I wanted to give you guys a little insight of how I feel about the Battlefield franchise, where it is, where it's going, and what you can expect from me going forward. If you listen this long, I thank you very much. If you listen this long, you should probably subscribe, because obviously you like something I said, and I didn't piss you off enough to leave. I'd love to hear your comments. I really would. I want to know if I'm crazy, if I'm in the minority, or if I'm kind of speaking for people and how they feel. If I'm in a minority, I probably still won't shut up. I'll just post to my channel and whatever, but I do want to know if I'm crazy, because maybe I just need to calm down. Again, thanks, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day.